Very good evening, dear students of class 9, class 10. This is the class which is all about English grammar. So once again we are back for day 5 session. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 and today day 5 session. In our previous class we have studied about articles and the definite article, indefinite articles, the usage of articles, and followed by the components of English language, that is word, phrase, clause and a sentence. Now dear students, moving forward to the next level. Now this is the topic in day 5 session. This is the topic where I am going to deal about parts of speech. Well, parts of speech has been studied by most of the students in all different levels, right from primary education level, from grade 1 onwards. We have been studying about parts of speech in English grammar, and today in class 10 there is a greater necessity for us to have the knowledge of these parts of speech. Now let us go, what exactly is this part of speech? What are these parts of speech? If you see exactly, the parts of speech, there are 8 in number. There are 8 parts of speech. Now, the role of these parts of speech is to make the language more effective, more meaningful. That when you make use of this part of speech, the different 8 parts of speech in your language, it will be more clear, more specific about communication. How do you communicate? If you want to communicate with some others, expressing your feelings, there is a necessity for us to have parts of speech. So parts of speech play a vital role to make this language more effective, more meaningful. Okay? And we can express our feelings through this language. Now, parts of speech, in other words, adds beauty to the language. The person who has knowledge of parts of speech will use the language in the most appropriate manner. Now let us dig into parts of speech. Now as I told you, there are 8 parts of speeches. How many? There are 8 parts of speech. I once read out all these 8 parts of speech. Now, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction and interjection. I repeat again. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction and interjection. We need to pronounce these words as conjunction, interjection. So now in my class, I will not only give you the definitions of these 8 parts of speech running with examples, but at the same time I'll take you a little deeper into these parts of speech, where you will study about classification of nouns, classification of pronouns, classification of verbs, what are the different adverb forms, adjectives, what are the different adjective forms. This is how the class is going to be dealt with. Now as I told you, these 8 parts of speech help the language to be more meaningful, more effective and more precise. Just imagine if there is no pronoun. For example, noun and pronoun. This is only a verbal example I am sharing with you, dear friends. Now, for example, there is a noun name by John. Now if I start telling about John to you, John is a very good person. He is born in Hyderabad. He studied in English medium school. He is a very honest boy. Now John, when I'm describing about John, I'm referring with pronoun he. So I need not use the name of the word John all the time. I can simply say John can be referred by the word he. In the same way, a feminine gender can be referred with she. So that's how the pronoun is made use of in English language. Now let us deal with the first part of speech, that is noun. The first part of speech, that is noun, children. Now here, what exactly is a noun? Yes, in our 5th class, 4th class, 6th, 7th classes, many a times our English teachers must have told you, noun is a word which refers to the names. It refers to the names. It refers to the names of what? Person or persons. Noun is the name of a word. Okay, noun is a word which is used to mention the name of a person, name of a place, person or persons, places or places, and thing or things, plural form, things, plural form. Okay, so if I give you the examples each for this person, place and thing, John is a name of a noun. Mr. John is a noun, is the name of a person. Okay, then name of a place, Delhi. We all know Delhi is the capital of India. Delhi is the capital of India. So Delhi is the name of a place. Therefore, it falls under noun. And then iron. Iron. Now iron is again a thing. It's a material. It's very hard. Iron is a hard metal. Okay. So iron is a thing. It is a name of a thing. Therefore, it falls under parts of speech. Okay. Noun. Now, you must be thinking, sir, only Mr. John is name of a person. So what about names of animals? So all the names of plants, names of flowers, names of persons, names of personalities, all these fall under nouns. If I say rose is a beautiful flower, rose is again a noun, though it's a flower. Rose is a flower, but it's again a noun because rose is a flower. Okay, for example, if I say neem tree, if I say neem tree is the name of a tree. So it's a specific name allotted to that particular tree. Therefore, it is called as a noun. It is called as a noun. So noun is what? Children, I repeat again, noun is a word which refers to the names, of persons, places, things, okay, trees, flowers, okay, and things. That is what is noun all about. So we use nouns. Okay. Now let us see. Now this is what is an example of a noun. In 10th class state and CBSE, we have an exercise in grammar, writing skills. We have an exercise where we need to fill up the blanks with suitable form of part of speech. In the given blanks, there is a running passage given. In that passage, we should be filling up with the suitable, appropriate part of speech given in the blanks. So now we have understood what exactly is a noun. Now the second part of this, the first part is that. The second part is nouns are again classified. Nouns are classified into 5. Dear students, there are 5 classification of nouns. Probably, maybe in your previous classes, your teachers must have dealt this topic. Okay, teachers must have dealt this topic. Now, what are those classifications? These classification of nouns are according to their features, right? According to their features, the nouns are classified. Let me mention the names first. Let me mention the names, kinds of nouns. The first one is a proper noun. The first classification of a noun is a proper noun. The second classification of a noun is collective noun. Then third is abstract noun. Then fourth is material noun. The first is proper noun. The next is collective noun. The third is abstract noun. And the fourth one is material noun. And the last, fifth one is a common noun. Okay, children? So now you are learning in this class not only about 8 parts of speech, not only about 8 parts of speech, their names, you also have come across what is the definition of a noun. The definition of a noun with its examples we have come across, and we have gone with classification of nouns, that is kinds of nouns, which are 5 in number, and these are the 5 classification of noun. What are they? Proper noun, then collective noun, then abstract noun, then material noun, and last one is a common noun. So we will also study what are the different forms of these nouns. Okay, yes children, so now this is what, let us go into the first kinds of nouns. I will give you the definitions and examples of these kinds of nouns. Let us deal today, let us study what are these kinds of nouns. The first noun is a proper noun. It's a proper noun. Now dear students, what is a proper noun? It is a noun. It is a noun which refers to all the names. Proper nouns are nothing but is a noun which refers to all the names of, as I said, persons, okay, places, then things, okay, specific names allotted to that, like trees, like flowers, okay, like animals, etc. Now all these fall under proper nouns. For instance, cow, if I take an example of a cow, right? Now it is a domestic animal. If I take an example of a tiger, the word tiger. Now tiger is a wild animal. We don't domesticate it, but tiger is a wild animal. So the name tiger is a proper noun. For example, just now I told you, John is a person. John is a person. John is again a proper noun because it runs with a specific name. Cow is a proper noun because it runs with a specific name. Okay? Now, tiger is again a proper noun because it runs with a specific name. Likewise, if I mention Delhi, if I mention iron, now these are again the proper nouns. So, children, what is the proper noun? It is a noun which refers to all the names, names of places, names of persons, names of things, names of fruits, okay, all the naming words fall under proper nouns which carry a specific name, that is a proper noun. So a proper noun is a name allotted. A proper noun is a name allotted. Delhi is the capital of India, for example. When I say Delhi is the capital of India, right? India is again a name of a country, which is a proper noun. It's a name of a country, it's a proper noun. Delhi is the name of the city, it's a proper noun. Delhi is the name of the city, it's a proper noun. So, proper nouns, let me tell you, proper nouns go by its names, specific names. So, all the names specifically mentioned, okay, names referring to fruits, names of animals, names of places, names of things, names of persons, names of all these noun names fall under proper nouns. Now if I say Gopi Krishna Central School, now Gopi Krishna is again a name of a school. It's a name of a school. It's a proper noun. It's a proper noun because it is going with a specific name. Children, if you take your name, for instance, Anita, Sunita, Suresh, okay, Ramesh, these are all the names of students or names of people, names of persons, all fall under proper nouns. Now you have understood what is a proper noun. Let us go with the second. The second is a collective noun. I will also deal with you what's a collective noun. The second noun is a collective noun. Now, what is this collective noun? This is something which is very different, which is something unique. Now, a collective noun, it is a word which refers to all the noun forms in group or collection. Okay, what is the definition? It is a word which refers to all the noun forms in group